miscommunication and reach to reduce it.
Yeah, a nice presentation about role of AIDS platform in public opinion among the Coimbatore PG students. You concluded the X platform is giving positive and negative aspects is both same, and also you are recommended to reduce the fake news like that. Okay. But Twitter, you are using only what is that the netizens. They call it netizens. But normal citizens, they don't aware about the platform. So what do you think about the normal citizens?
Actually, most of the participants, they are using only Instagram, YouTube. They are thinking that that is okay. It will be short minutes. It will, they know the content news and all. But the actual thing, some of them saying that misinformation, the fake news will be there, and they used to spread about the other party negativity and let them will be there. They don't have the proper thing. I think that the extract of Twitter will be the officially big where the political leaders used to be involved and journalists, public figures, they all will be involved so that the information will be.
Thank you. Thank you. Any other questions from audience? Thank you.
Thank you, Vidya. Next person, N.V. Parvati and Dr. Anju Liz Kurain. Please come on stage, give one presentation.
Like to introduce the topic of role of ethical environmental governance in combating man-animal conflict in the introductory part. We can see the man-animal conflict in two different perspectives. One is animals' aggressive behavior, and the second one is the human intervention into the animal habitat. So in these two aspects, man-animal conflicts are mainly because of loss of habitat, new agricultural patterns, human expansion to forest areas, development policies introduced by the governments, and climate change and so on. So the major impacts of human-wildlife conflicts are injury or loss of life of humans as well as of wildlife, crop damage, destruction of property, livestock depredation, predation of managed livestock, damage to human property, trophic aspects, destruction of habitat, collapse of wildlife populations, and reduction of geographic areas. Human activities that threaten animal lives, especially leads to this conflict, and new agricultural patterns practiced by the individuals or humans, and the expansion due to that, and the development policies introduced by the government, state and as well as central governments causes these issues. So the issues mainly reduction of geographic areas and all those things. In this paper, I will look into the how these issues can be managed with the help of ethical governance. Like, what is the role of governance or administration in this to combat animal conflicts? In the mitigation strategies, we have many things when revolves Project Tiger, Project Elephant, Crocodile Conservation Project, Vulture Conservation Project, and many projects that is introduced by the Indian government as well as the state governments, which will be eventually somewhat happen to be successful in its nature. Integrity, accountability and transparency, people's participation, awareness and training, policy frameworks for them, reduce the severity of this man-animal conflict. Administration as a solution comes with the training programs, the awareness programs even to the marginalized sections of the society, the fair compensations for the marginalized sections can improve the socio-economic lives of the people. Policies and programs and legal frameworks can contribute to the development of the marginalized sections of the society. In this sense, administrative measures, if practiced properly, if efficiently worked, can bring change in the lives of marginalized people who are affected by the man-animal conflict. They can get improvement in the socio-economic lives of the lower class of the society. Thank you.
Okay, Bhavani, thanks. So it's a nice presentation and a novel idea. But I have some hesitations, particularly when you talk about the lower class people in the context of this man-animal conflicts. I think it's not about any particular class.
No, not lower class, marginalized section of the society who are,
Marginalized section again?
especially the scheduled tribes who are more affected by the issues.
And what may be the reasons of this conflict? What may be the reasons for this conflict? Can you tell me one or two reasons?
Like new agricultural patterns, policies by the government.
Policies means what kind of policies?
Like government policies in the forest areas for the conservation of or many projects they will introduce. So if the construction, especially if they are introduced, the human habitat is expanded to the wildlife. In that way, they don't have the option but to come to the human inhabited areas. That's
Okay, thank you.
thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Next person, M. Varun. Please come on stage, give one presentation.
Good evening to one and all. I am Varun from Kumaraguru College of Liberal Arts and Science, Coimbatore. My research topic was about bridging borders with ethical governance for Sri Lankan refugees. So, the topic looks at how refugee governance in India often focuses on welfare, but rather than what they need is dignity and empowerment. Moving on to introduction. Over 3 decades, 1 lakh people of Sri Lankan refugees were in and around Tamil Nadu at nearly 132 camps, where they are in a stateless position, where their mobility is restricted, well, with less job opportunities. So, this term, the professor Hagman called it as a bare life, where it focuses on only welfare centric. Moving on to objectives, focuses on governmental gaps, legal structures, and also examine the challenges of education, health, and employment. Where I focused on 3 literature reviews by Chahal, Sunil Kumar, and Dagar. It was in 3 criteria, wherein it focuses on specific Sri Lankan refugees, and second thing focuses about differences in between Tibetan refugees as well as Sri Lankan refugees, where Tibetan refugees is structured, where their laws are structured and they were well equipped comparative to the Sri Lankan refugees. As well as third literature we focuses on developing the economical perspectives of refugees. Moving on to methodology, it's about I focused on descriptive and qualitative researches, like primarily relying on secondary data, academic journals, reports, case studies, where I found four thematic gaps, which is legal limbo. There is no refugee laws in India. Well, refugees are governed in terms of Foreigners Act of 1946. And section one is dependency economy. It's actually camp-based welfare hostels. They do not provide the empowerment, but it makes the refugees to depend on our government. Next is about systematic barrier, which they were restricted in mobility and poor education access and exclusion from formal economy. Fourth one is about social consequences, where they faces intergenerational traumas and frustration among youths. I propose as three solutions. First one is about PRESS, which is Transitional Refugee Entrepreneurship Zone. It acts as an economic hub where it is structured in a way that tripartite governance, like 40% of refugees acts in a decision-making authority, as well as 30% from their host localities and 30% from governmental organizations. And next is about cooperative economic host refugees, where refugees are seen as competitors rather than it makes them as a collaboration between refugees and locals. Third one is about digital ID creation, where it enables them to access online education and some kind of financial banking. Finally, I would like to conclude with the quote: true ethical governance is not about providing temporary shelter. It's about restoring dignity, rights, and future of belongings. Thank you.
Okay, Varun, good presentation. This way about the ethical governance for student religious. So actually, what's the present real position of refugees in Tamil Nadu? Yes, they are migrating to Tamil Nadu from Sri Lanka. So what is the present conditions, refugees conditions in Tamil Nadu?
Yes, sir, that's right. Their mobilities are restricted by certain access to. They were in camps, like 132 camps were based by government of Tamil Nadu, and those refugees were restricted in their mobility and not up to higher education. So around 1 lakh people from past 3 decades.
Okay. Any other questions from audience?
Thank you, Varun. Next person, Bharat Ratna, please come on stage, do one presentation.
Good evening, everyone. So I am Bharat from Department of Political Science. Today I am presenting on this title as the role of ethical governance on disaster management and response in the insights from Tamil Nadu, only from 2020 to 2025. So in the 21st century, crises such as climate change, urban floodings, industrial accidents and pandemics are becoming increasingly frequent. So while administrating efficiency is important, it is alone not enough. Ethical principles must guide the governance during each of the disasters. So Tamil Nadu from 2020-2025 faced many challenges, but I took three major things. First thing is the COVID-19 pandemic and the Chennai floods of 2021 and 2023, and finally the Kadlur chemical leak. So coming to ethical governance, core principles of ethical governance focuses on just four things: accountability, transparency, equity and inclusiveness, and public trust. So in Tamil Nadu's major crises, and first COVID-19, the issues were emerged around the fair distribution of vaccines and welfare programs to the migrants and to the people who were not so exposed to the center of the city or something on the suburban areas. And in the Chennai floods of 2021 and 2023 revealed that the drainage systems of the city is not well planned, and the relief efforts to fail to given to the people who are in need. So finally, the chemical leak in Kadalur happened, which exposed the regulatory oversight and poor communication. The communication was so slow, so if the communication was a little bit faster, it would have been made the damage the damage would have been reduced. So from these things, we have found four challenges which has been which led to the gaps in these ethical governance in this thing. First one is the accountability gaps. For example, the misuse of funds for the suburban Chennai city's drainage system was a main reason why the drainage systems was not properly planned. So in equity failures, the migrant workers and slum residents often left behind in the relief operations. They do not carry anything, so they are not getting anything. And transparency issues in the misinformations of COVID-19 and inadequate the flood warnings was given in the city. And political populism. Political populism must play a main role, major role, because the welfare measures such as Amma Canteen, Amma Unavam is a main thing which helped the people during the disaster management thing. It was discontinued because of political change it was discontinued. And these gaps weakened the effectiveness of the disaster management around Tamil Nadu. So from my side, and I have also found some best practices from Tamil Nadu, which is local fishermen. During the flood times, the only person who came and helped was one of the person who came and helped was the fishermen with their boats and things, and self-help groups, which was around city helped them. And the GIS-based flood mapping and the AI-driven forecasting mobile apps improve the response and transparency of the government. So I've formulated five policies for a proper managing of the ethical governments. The first was the AI-driven crisis temperancy platform, in which it will assess the risk of the area, and it will intimate the authorities it's going to happen or something. And the second one is the unified disaster relief identity card. Every person should have it, and with the help of his identity card, he can get his relief as soon as possible for him. And a district ethical resilience index, which the governance performs with the linking the governance performance with the disaster fundings. And a crisis ethical training for each officials, because ultimately the administrators are the person who manages everything when it comes in the crisis department. So with these things, we conclude that ethics is not ideally symbol of ideal thing, but it is necessary for an effective government running. So thank you.
Thank you, Bharat. And is there any question? It's okay. Thank you.
One second. Can you explain about the disaster management and the recent three kinds of disaster in Tamil Nadu, especially in COVID and flood in Chennai, etc. Recent days, the National Disaster Management Authority and as well as State Disaster Management Authority is functioning well.
Yes.
And also people also well aware about the process of Disaster Management Authority.
Yes.
But my question is, what's the role and responsibilities of the citizens during the disaster management, disaster times?
Sir, actually in Tamil Nadu, it is basically we always put forth the thing called humanity. So everyone is human here. So everyone should ensure that the people near to them or people who know the relatives should ensure their safety first. So once we are like ensuring safety of each and everyone we know, ultimately it will make the citizens are safe around the areas. So that is the thing. If humanity is there, then everyone will just join their hands in this. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Bharat Ratnaswamy. Next person, Prince Pradeep. Come on stage. Give me a presentation.
Good afternoon, everyone. Respected panel members, faculties and dear students. The topic of my research paper is ethical environmental governance in India, a study of Great Nicobar project. I would like to introduce my co-author Prince Pradeep, who will discuss the topic in detail.
Good evening, everyone. Myself Prince Pradeep from St. Thomas College, political science student here. So, my topic is legal governance, legal and environmental governance in India, a study of Great Nicobar project. So, I have to say what is Great Nicobar project first. So, when we look into it, a Great Nicobar project is an island transforming project of having budget near to 80,000 crores something. Actually, it varies in several debates. They say 75,000 crores in first debate and now it's 82,000. So approximately we can say that 80,000 crores. And it includes international container transshipment terminal with capacity of 40.2 billion TEU and Greenfield International Airport, 450 MVA gas and solar-based power plant, and a township in area of 16,610 hectares of land. So, after happening this, how an island will be changed, we can imagine the trade, ecology, or environmental changes, or anything, any changes, we can just imagine. So, when we look into the environmental ethical governance, we can know that it upholds the ethics and protection of the environment, right? So, when we look into the mega project of transforming the Great Nicobar Island, we can see that the island having the transforming project in this area, like what here means it will be having a strategic way of interfering in the China Strait, actually in the Malacca Strait, and it will be causing the transshipment project. Only the transshipment project can earn more than 30,000 crores. Actually, when we look into the budget, total budget, it will be 75,000 crores only for all, like the solar-based power plant, the township, everything. But from only the transshipment project, we can earn more than 30,000 crore of this. So the annual income of all India, that may be economically we can go to like next level, right? So that may be the strategy, the economical strategy. And when we look into the trade and business, it will be a threat to the China. And also when we look into the army or defense strategy, it can be also a threat to the string of birds, because the geographical feature or the geographical position of the Nicobar Island will be like that only. We know that it will be the side of that Malacca Strait also. And here we can see that distance between, connectivity of the island is so high. The Nicobar Island is so near to the Bangkok, Yangon, Kolkata, and Sri Lanka, even Chennai. Everywhere it can easily make trade, connectivity, or everything. So, and also the tourism they make will be a extraordinary one, because we know that scuba diving and the marine species they have is actually very big kind of substantial, because they are having more than 1,500 of corals and reefs will be there, and also 1,000 something fishes are there, marine animals are there, and sea cow are there. So there are so many things around Nicobar Island is happening, like ultimate things, like not in the usual ecology. It can't happen. It happened in the Nicobar because of its ecological speciality. And also we can know that through this connectivity, through this 450 MVA gas and solar power plant and everything, we can make industrial development there. So tourism will be developed there. So when we look into this project, it will be all good. When we look into this project at outside, it will be the best project of trade, industry, strategy, and tourism, everything. But if we look into the ecology of the island, we can see that the flora, fauna, avifauna, and the tribals, everything suffer. Because the only thing which holds Nicobar Islands special is its ecology. So there are different kind of endangered species and endemic species in the Nicobar Island still existing in the island only. There are more than 1,000 of species. So for this species, it's a big threat, because we know that when we look into our history, we can see that several projects like Vizhinjam Dam or the port, or the dams like in Sardar Sarovar dams, everything first started with a lot of lot of things like protecting the government, protecting the environment. They used to say that we will do it only by protecting the environment. We just consider environment as first. Environment is everything. Even in 2022, Narendra Modi has spoken about the environment, that everyone should protect, and we should be like P3 people, like we should be the protecting and protected people of environment, and our first concern should be environment. And we have just increased our forest area, and he just encouraged that. But when we look into this project, he is always projecting what is the benefits of this Nicobar project, but not the loss of it. And when we look into the tribals, right, there are two tribals, Shampans and Nicobaris. Shampan tribals are less than 300 only, but still they are unsettled one, and they are wandering in the forest here and there and having food from forest, life from forest, shelter from forest, everything from the forest only. They are not having any specific settlement even in the island. And in the Nicobaris life, when we look into the Nicobaris life, they are settled, they are influenced by the Christianity, but still they are also depending ecology in so many terms, but it's not settled, that's it. But even Shampans is not going in front of Nicobaris, because they are not that much good about socializing others, because they are having different culture. And when we look into this government's policy, they always used to say that we protect our culture, we protect our people, we protect our environment. But where is that happening actually? They are actually destroying our culture also. In the Nicobar Island, Shampans is going to lose their culture. So great displacement is going to be there. A great kind of genocide is going to be there. Some people have, in Hindu newspaper have mentioned that it is going to be the genocide. And also the species, the marine life, all biodiversity is going to mess up. But for what is all happening? Just because they want economy, want to be next level in economy, they want to be win in the defense strategy, and all other things, all are just benefiting strategical things or for the namesake, but nothing can't be equal to the lives of these people or the ecology of the Nicobar Island, because it's all special from the whole world. So this is my conclusion. We can all the development is needed, but all the trade is needed, all the tourism is needed, all everything, cash or defense strategy, everything is needed for the country's sake or country's name or country's strength. But nothing is going to be equal to our lives or the ecology or the environment, because that's going to only one which is going to protect us from the whole world's genocide things, or whole world's climate change things, or whole world's ozone layer depletion things, everything. So that should be our first concern.
Thank you. It was a good presentation. But, I have a hesitation. I think that it's just a fancy project, because the Andaman and Nicobar Island is a very strategic area because of security reasons. Not so much human movement will not be permitted there in the long run. Maybe even by the defense forces. And again, the seismic affected area. Maybe that belt is like that. So if you make this kind of big projects, it will be dangerous. So I think that's just a fancy project. And I think now the environmental report is with the National Green Tribunal for the last 1 year. I think it's a closed chapter, I think. Almost a closed chapter.
Almost not almost a closed chapter, because last 12th September, Modi have announced that it will be one of the days next year or something like that.
But how do you assess the strategic position of this island, Andaman and Nicobar Islands? Because it's very important for the Indian military to keep this place secure, maybe secure from other people's influence. Maybe it cannot become a tourist center like this.
Still now, actually, it's not a tourist center, but they are promoting.
Project comes.
Yeah, when this project comes, it can be, but still it's not a tourist project, because 6 months they are allowing. That 6 months will be allowing, means after this project also, the 6 months will be only allowing time. Because the tribals there are having their traditions on that other 6 months, and the endangered species having mating time on the other 6 months. So they are just having a limited time only for the tourists, and also they will maintain that I think after. But after this project, when we go to the Nicobar Islands or Andaman Islands, when we just reach there, it's Port Blair Airport, they say that no plastic will be allowed after this airport, but they will be all checked. And only after checking plasticless things on, if we look into that, more into that, even a single pin of plastic can't be allowed to the land after the Port Blair Airport. So they are always looking clean and clear even now. So after this project also they will look like that only. But when we look into the project, we can't see that we can't say that they will specify the protection of it, because industrial development can always do it. 10 million trees want to be cutted, or deforestation will be there. 10 million trees. Then only this project is going to be possible. So this is also a dangerous thing, right? So everything will be destroyed after this happening. But we don't know if it will happen or not, because before 2 weeks, tribe minister, unit tribe minister have reached support about saying this. So we don't know if it will happen or not. But if it happens, I hope they will cover all this ecological things.
Okay, Pradeep, a very good explanation, very good presentation about this topic, especially on Nicobar project. You are explaining about clearly ecosystem and what is that the ecosystem and etc. But this project is mandatory because of global economy. We need to compete because, for example, China is facing this kind of establish this kind of project without disturbing the nature. So that kind of procedure rules maybe from in India too. But and the science government maybe include that kind of environment specialist, then that kind of marine biologist maybe included for this project for saving the kind of ecosystem. So,
Actually, I have concluded with that point. I just said that it can't be another medium boat or Sardar Sarovar Dam. It can't be another one like that. But if it's not like that, if it's completely protected and if it's giving priorities to the environment like China, it's okay, it's welcome. We are welcome with the full heart. We love to do that. We are proud to know by others that we are economically grateful. We are our different strategies becoming more.
okay, we are insisting only the not against the project, and as well as we are insisting to with safe management. Yeah, thank you, thank you.
So thank you everyone for being here. So I think that the organizers will announce an official closing of this session. So this is a nice presentation. Everyone presented that very well. And unfortunately, I make an excuse because I apologize to you because we are running short of time, and we are forced to cut down your presentations to 4 or 5 minutes. But everyone kept their word and kept the time. And well, hope that you can develop your presentations into good papers that will be published by the organizer. So develop the themes, bring good articles, and it will be to the world to look into what you have done. So thank you everyone once again, and I thank the organizers for giving us opportunity to be here. Thank you.
Sir, open sir.